Welcome to Elton's Retirement Journey and Travels. My name is John, and I'm 63 years old. In this commentary, I wanted to talk about a retirement plan that covers you when you have early termination. And what prompted this is the news that's been going around as we roll into 2025. It actually started well over a year ago. All of 2024 are privileged technology positions have been slowly dwindling away. If you're a developer, coding software, a lot of people have lost their jobs. And technology was always a safe harbor for many, many years, but not so much so. I'm in the technology field and I've been working on computers since 1982. And I was down in Washington at one time as a contractor. I worked for a company, and as that company got more and more contracts, they needed more and more people, and there was opportunity to transfer from one area to another and work with newer equipment. And the work that the federal government does bring in a lot of business for contractors. So if a lot of the workers are being laid off, so are some of the contractors. However, in my case, being 63 years old and working on a retirement plan over the last 5 years, which those of you who I've subscribed and comment to, you have been helping me a lot. I've been getting a lot from you. Um, and just to let you know, I'm a little bit more on the low end of the retirement savings. Um, you know, if I added everything up, it probably barely come to 400,000. So I'm way down on the low end, but I got more than most people. And one of the things that I've been doing is with this retirement plan is I've been running all kinds of mock simulations, as I call them, as to how much I'm going to need if I get let go. And a good retirement plan for anyone who's 50, at least 50, you really, really, really want to deep dive in it and start fixing some of the stuff up. It's great that you've accumulated a lot of money, but if you get let go and you're 50 years old, then you're stuck with A, trying to find another job, B, taking a position with less money, or C, drawing down on some of your money and hopefully you got a bunch of it put in the taxed account, or better known as qualified accounts, that you can draw out without having to pay any taxes. So that's where the retirement planning comes in. If you have 50, then you'll be okay. Excuse me. If you're at 55 and you've been saving diligently into your 401k and it's 55, in the year you are going to turn 55, you get let go, you've got a life preserver. You can use your 401k. Once you hit 59 and a half, well, it's a whole new ball game for you because you don't have to pay the 10% penalty. And if you got IRAs and you're single like me, or if you're married, or possibly if you're a head of the household and you've got everything structured where you can live off of, say, 16,000 as a single person, maybe 20,000 as a head of household, or 32,000 as a married couple, you could take some of that money out and the taxes will be washed on it. And all of this stuff is part of the retirement planning, where you're now out of work and you're going to use some of that money to sustain yourself while you look for a job. And that's when a good retirement plan can also cover you when you're faced with early termination. So a lot of the people who are coming out of the workforce are near retirement. They're in government. They've been there for years. Instead of waiting until you get your full pension, we're going to grandfather you in and offer you an early buyout. You can go now. You got a good retirement plan, that's a good deal. If you got 10 years out and you've been saving, you're okay. But once you start getting 20 years, meaning that you're 50 years old or you're 45, it's a whole different ball game. And that's when we as individuals need to have our checklist. And as we're working, use some of that money to start paying off those credit cards, getting that good foreign car that'll run, for, 20 years, 250,000 miles, and you'll be okay with it. You know, the renovations of the home, you get a home fixed up that's got an entry with a full bath. You've got a family member that loses their job, they're getting 500 a month. You can move them in and collect that money from them until they get on their feet. Or if you own a home and you've got children who have lost their jobs and the family needs to move in, your home is paid for. You can go ahead and take some of that money out and charge them rent, spend it, and then use that money that you're getting for rent to pay the home equity line of credit or the mortgage back. There are a lot of options, but you really, really got to plan for everything. And I just wanted to come on and say that because unfortunately, a lot of people are going to be put in a situation where the life blood that makes everything work comes from the income that they bring in, the W 2 income, the wage earners. Not everybody is a super duper YouTube creator where you're making 25 to 50,000 a year and you'll be okay. Or, you've got passive income on some patent or you have deferred compensation. The vast majority of people who are going to be hurt are just like me, that you're topping out at about 57,000 a year. That's what my reported income was last year. Um, so having a good plan will allow you to survive. My magic number is $20,000. Took a look at it today before I made this video. I actually just came from work. I worked at soccer games, so I'll get paid 5 and 3/4 hours. So I'll probably get a check for $80. The season is starting up. Baseball season will be here in April, and that's food and beverages. That's bartending. That's working the suites. That's the security at the stadium, and that's parking and some transportation services. So, if it's a great opportunity if you like sports to get out there and do that. Concert season. I just urge anybody, if there's anything you want to do where you think you could use some extra money, you've got the time, just go ahead and sign up, see if you like it or not. Because if you lose your job, you can turn these other part time gigs on like a faucet and work them until you get something else. But anyway, I just wanted to say that because I have this gut feeling for myself that I need to be on the lookout. Over the last year, it's just seen some odd things where it almost seems like if something goes across the HR desk from a disciplinary or something you've done that's not quite right, there's no talking to. People are just being let go. So I just got this gut feeling that I need to be prepared, and I feel that I am. I took a look at my Social Security, and they had calculated out with that $57,000 plus the cola. At 63, I get just shy of $2,100. Um, the healthcare, I would have to wing that, and that's something that I'm gonna be talking to with my doctors as I meet with them and say, hey, look, things are getting a little tight out here. I'm in IT. What would it cost me if I need to come in and get this diabetic eye exam? Right now, it's $240 is what I pay because it's a new year. I have no charges on my deductible, which is $600. Later in the year, I'll get a full physical and I'll just start quizzing and finding out because if something happens, I'm staying relatively healthy. I want to know how much this stuff's going to cost so I can keep myself, you know, medically checked out. I've already got the idea from the dentist. The checkups are going to cost me 160, including the eye exam. I mean the X-rays, um, full bite wings and everything, and the cleaning, and the dentist coming in looking at it. So that'd be 160 every 6 months. So I've been doing my homework on this, getting prepared for anything. It's just got this eerie feeling that I should be prepared. And with that said, I hope everything goes well for you guys. I'm over at the retiring club. I got a really, really good presentation I just put out. Um, I think it was Saturday. I posted that video. Not too many people stopped by. I urge you to stop by because it's talking about how a to purchase a mutual fund, look at them, and how the investments grow with the appreciation of the share value as well as the reinvestment of the capital gains and dividends. It's very good. I got really good examples, and it's going to be great for some gig workers. Some people are going to be going out doing DoorDash and other things and contracting themselves out where they're going to be getting money. And you may find that you're making more money than when you were working. In a case like that, you're going to be able, if you follow my retirement club uh, meetings, go out and get yourself your own mutual fund, your own IRA, and just pump money into that. You'll be outside the 401k. You won't get the match, but you'll still be able to invest. And if you go with the pre-tax, you'll get a tax break. If you go with the Roth, you'll be able to get some of the money out if you ever need it. So I'm going to sign off with this, but just keep in mind that the planning never stops. And the better your plan is, the more you can do in case of loss of income. Because the number one thing about retiring is replacing the income. As long as you replace the income, you got a lot more. You can do all the things you want to do. All right. So this is John with Elton's Retirement Journey and Travels, and the host of the Retiring Club. I'm also over on Patreon, so I've been posting some messages over there, uh, the recordings over there. I'm hoping to build this up as a do-it-yourself library that would help some people learn as they start getting curious about investing in, so they can try some of this on their own. So I'm going to sign out now, and we'll catch you next week. Thanks.